Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the money games big companies play, and sometimes we find out things aren't so sunny side up. Today we're looking at Gibraltar Industries, and let me tell you, their latest report has a title that might make you think everything is just fine and dandy. Stick around to see what's really going on under the hood, and hey, before we dive headfirst into the numbers, if you like getting these unfiltered looks at what companies are really saying, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Also, we've got a fantastic community over on Discord where we dissect these filings together. All the links are in the description below. Alright, so what we have here is a current report from Gibraltar Industries filed on August 6, 2025. Think of these as quick update filings that companies put out when something important happens. This particular report is mainly about their financial results for the second quarter of 2025. The period ending June 30, they've released a news release about it, and then they held a conference call. Now, Gibraltar Industries trades on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol FROC. They're incorporated in Delaware, and they've been around quite a while, as indicated by their commission file number 000222462. The reason this report is important is that it's signaling their earnings for the period. The core of this filing is really about the earnings release, which is included as an exhibit. Companies use these releases to announce how much money they made or lost, and to give some context around those numbers. It's their first official word to investors about their performance during that quarter. This section, the results of operations and financial condition part, is where the company tells us it's sharing information about its financial performance. They're basically saying, here's the news about how we did financially, and they're pointing to that earnings release as the main source of that information. It's crucial to remember that the information in these releases, although part of an SEC filing, isn't usually considered officially filed in the same way other parts of the report are. This means it doesn't always carry the same legal weight if something turns out to be misleading. This Exhibit 99.1 is the actual earnings release itself. It's like the official playbook of their financial results for the period. It will contain all the key numbers the company wants to highlight and give you their management's perspective on how they performed, why they performed that way, and what they expect in the future. And then you see Exhibit 104. This is usually an interactive data file that helps make the financial information more accessible and machine readable. It's part of making financial reporting more transparent. Finally, we have the signatures. Joseph Alveo, the Vice President and Chief Financial Officer, signs off on this report. This means the top financial executive at Gibraltar Industries is attesting that the disclosed information is accurate to the best of their knowledge. It's a formal way of saying the company stands behind what they've reported. Now let's talk about what's in that earnings release, because that's where the real story is. Gibraltar Industries announced their results for the 3 and 6 months ended June 30, 2025. While we don't have the full numbers directly in this 8K filing, because they're in the reference exhibit, we know what the filing is about. It's about communicating their financial health to shareholders. Typically, these reports will detail revenue, earnings per share, any significant changes in their operations, and often some forward-looking statements. When we look at a company like Gibraltar Industries, which is in the business of building products and services, we want to see how their sales are doing. Is the demand for their products going up or down? Are they making more profit for every dollar they sell? Are their expenses under control? This 8K is essentially a heads up that those answers are available in that earnings release. If we had the actual numbers from the earnings release from, say, a previous quarter and compared them, we could see trends. For example, if revenue was up 10%, that's good, but if cost of goods sold also went up 15%, then their profit margins are shrinking, which is not so good. We'd be looking for numbers like net sales, gross profit, operating income, and net income. We'd also want to see earnings per share, or EPS, a key metric investors use to gauge a company's profitability on a per share basis. Is it growing? Is it shrinking? A growing EPS is generally a positive sign. For Gibraltar Industries in the building product sector, economic conditions are a big deal. Things like interest rates, housing starts, and commercial construction activity all play a significant role in their business. If the economy is booming, they should be seeing higher demand for their products. If the economy is slowing down, they might see their sales falter. We'd also look at their debt levels and how much cash they have on hand. A company with a lot of debt, especially in a rising interest rate environment, can find it harder to grow and might be at risk if their earnings dip. From a Warren Buffett perspective, we'd be looking for a company with a strong, durable competitive advantage, a solid management team that acts like owners, and consistent profitability. We'd want to see if Gibraltar Industries is able to maintain its market position even when competitors try to undercut them or when economic headwinds appear. Are they able to pass on rising costs to their customers? That's a sign of pricing power and a strong brand. In essence, this filing is the official signal that Gibraltar Industries is sharing its performance report card. While this document itself is brief, it points to a more detailed report where the real story about their financial condition lies. It's the company's way of saying to the market, here's how we performed, get ready for the details. We need to dig into that earnings release to truly understand if Gibraltar Industries is rocking it or if rock is about to hit a rough patch. So looking at Gibraltar Industries, based on how these reports typically work, we're looking for signs of revenue growth, profitability, and a healthy balance sheet. Any indication of falling demand or increasing costs could be a warning sign. Conversely, strong sales growth and expanding profit margins would suggest the company is navigating the market well and executing on its strategy effective. We have to assume their earnings release will highlight successes, but it's our job to look for any subtle indicators of challenges or risks they might be facing. Often the nuances in how results are presented can tell us as much as the numbers themselves. Alright, that's our quick look at this Gibraltar Industries filing. Now it's your turn. What are your thoughts on these types of regulatory updates? Does seeing a company announce its earnings like this tell you anything significant? Let us know in the comments below if you found this breakdown helpful. Please give this video a thumbs up. It really supports the channel. And if you want more of these deep dives into corporate financial documents, make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to swing by our Discord server linked in the description for more in-depth discussions with fellow finance enthusiasts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.